Last episode, Kenta, he misconstrued what we were trying to do there. I understand though, especially for someone of his background. I can completely understand why he'd think that. Maybe I'd even think that, like, to an extent. But I think, especially for someone like Chitose, he's not gonna do that kind of shit, man. He's not gonna make fun of you, and so maybe the teasing went a bit far. But I think Chitose really just needed to communicate it better. That it really isn't deep, okay? That this is just a practice game, right? It's just fun among guys. We don't really have to try hard. It's just it sucks. We're splitting off. It's kind of that trope in Hollywood movies when the main characters split off before the third act. But I mean now, but it's in anime form, so it has to be better, right? Because anime is better than Hollywood. Let's not get into that debate. So yeah, I think Kenta is going to confront his. Fuck! I accidentally started the episode. Stop. Okay. I think Kenta is going to confront his friends today. Well, his old friends, the one in the otaku group. So we'll see how that goes. I mean, I know how that goes. So yeah, overall the Kenta arc isn't my favorite, but it's still a decent arc for Chitose. I think the show's arcs get better and better as it goes along, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. All right, let's begin the episode for real this time. Let's go.
これは山崎健太の物語だ。
Oh boy, bro thinks he's Chitose Saku. What the fuck, man?
昨べは一睡もできなかった。俺は神谷優子たちへの恩をあだで返してしまった。
悪意を持ってマウント取りに来るやつなのか、愛あるいじりなのかは自然とわかる。
ちょっと考えればわかることだったのに。
Yeah.
最初の印象は最悪だったけど。
Nah, bro. That first impression was bomb. That first impression was crazy. Just breaking the window and shit. That was actually so, like, cool, in my opinion. Though maybe I'm just a chuny guy.
でに出会った誰よりも大きくて強くて温かくてかっこよくて。
Oh, yes, yes. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Holy shit, the glaze! This man's meat! Let his meat breathe! It can't breathe! It's drowning in your cum! God damn, it's drowning in your glaze, man. What the hell?
今の俺にできるのはせめて神たちがくれたこの3週間に意味があったのだと証明する。
I mean, 3 weeks is a bit too little, in my opinion. It's a bit too. It's way too little to have this much of a glow up. I think 1 month minimum, definitely 1 month minimum, maybe 2. I think 2 months minimum. But that's just one of the many things I don't like about the Kenta arc.
だけだ。
自分が描きたい物語の責任は自分で持て。
Good way to win the.
これは山崎健太の物語だ。
Bro thinks he's the main character. Go to OP, but back to the actual episode.
ごめん待たせちゃった。
Kenta.
ケント？
久しぶり。
お前何その格好超ウケるんだけど。
Bro's just trying to cope with the joke, isn't he? Why are you dressed? What do you mean funny? What? It's funny that he lost weight? Very funny.
笑い物になるのさ。
ミキちゃんに振られたのがショックでさ、いっそ陽キャでも目指してやろうかなって。陰キャが陽キャ。
That was not a joke. How the hell is that supposed to make anyone laugh? Come on, man. I feel like Chitose in this situation would have, like, used some sort of joke there, like maybe a reference to an anime or something. I don't know.
他人は他人、自分で自分を誇れればそれでいい。
True though.
まあ失うものないしね。やるだけやってみようかなって。
Look at that. That's actually such a goated mindset. To just be like, yeah, I'm a loser, but that just means I have nothing to lose, so why not try to be better? It's like, wow. That's such a very optimistic and a really great way to see it. Man. Kenta's mindset really has gotten better in a lot of ways, but we're gonna see.
とりあえず中入ろうよ。
こういうとこ慣れてないだろお前。
予習で一回来ただけ。
わざわざ予習か。やっぱ陰キャだね。
Practice. Okay, why the fuck would you admit that? That's actually so weird. It's actually okay. Listen, I get you want to live your own life and shit, but like, why would you admit that? Genuinely, why? Why am I so sweaty? Why? Okay, I'm meant to be the gym. But why would you admit that? Why would you admit that you came here for practice? What the fuck? It's like, okay, I kind of get it. Just say you were going with friends, and then you're like, oh, you have friends, and then you search Chitose and Yuko, and you're like, and you get a little bit of aura. Come on.
ちょっとやめなよ。
さあ相互理解を始めようぜ。
みんなはどうしてた？イベントとかオフ会顔を出してる？
Oh my god, deflection, man. This man's not good at this. He can talk to people. He's confident in talking to people, but I don't think he can really maneuver or segue a conversation or really use his prose and his words to get things done or get things going the way he wants to. At least it's not really manipulation. It's just knowing how to converse a little bit. Now he can converse, absolutely. That's the thing we can't. That's absolutely improvement. But I think one thing he needs to improve on is being able to work with it a little bit more, because it's obviously a very hostile environment, and he's not really used to that. He's not really used to trying to steer a conversation back onto his home turf. So, I mean, it's a nice try, obviously, but I just think it's a bit awkward of an attempt, and it definitely shows that Kenta does need help. He does need to improve more, but everyone needs to improve more, and it's great to acknowledge the amazing progress you make, but also to acknowledge that you have a lot of progress still to be made. But everyone agrees with that. Who
言っ
knows?
てる言ってる。お前が抜けてから予定合わせやすくなって助かったわ。
そっか、迷惑かけてたならごめんね。俺は最近まさかの筋トレしてたり。
Why'd you? I mean, it's just like, oh, by the way, I've just been working out lately. It's like it's kind of like you want to show off. I feel like he does want to show off a little bit here. I don't think it's gonna end well. It's not the
何
mindset,
脱
man.
オタマ目指してんの？そのメガネとか服もどうせ誰かに選んでもらったんでしょ？
あ、学校の友達に。
ケンタ、新しい友達できたの？女の子？
男もいるし、女の子もいる。とってもかっこいい生き方をしてる人たちだよ。
I mean, who doesn't respect the way the Chitose way of life? It's a little bit selfish, obviously, but I think it's the correct one of the correct ways to live life. Obviously, you live life the way you want to, but I think I can definitely respect a man like Chitose who knows the way he wants to live life and just does it. You know?
ねえ、私のことはもう忘れちゃった？久しぶりに会えてちょっと
Get your bitch ass over here. I'm actually really happy to see you again, you know? What you saying, bro? What? Really? I'm sure you didn't like. We're gonna see later, but this bitch.
嬉しいんだけど。
ありがとう。でももうレン君との仲を邪魔する気はないよ。
お前このために俺らを呼んだの？
このためって？
友達ができたとか作り話してもう一度ミキの気を引きたいんだろ。
I thought he was just gonna say inviting us out here so that he can like brag and shit, but he took it even worse than that. So, like I said before, you don't need to mention all the things that obviously if they ask like what you've been doing, then you can say you can sprinkle that in, but unprompted, you just kind of said it and it just comes off as like you trying to show off or something. Now the friends part doesn't make sense, right? That was good. You kind of let that on. It's about like, here's the thing, you can't control the conversation, but you can like give them like a clear path, right? You can ask a question or say something, and you like expect to get that kind of response that you want, so that you can segue into what you want to say, right? So you manipulate what they say so that you can smoothly segue into what you want to say. A little bit shitty, but it works sometimes. I don't think Kenta's really doing that though.
待って、そんなの全然。 もうミキちゃんのことは完全に吹っ切れてるから。
はあ、何それ。ちょっとは悪かったと思って優しくしてあげたら。
What? This bitch. Yo, I was gonna call her a retard, but that would be way too offensive to actual retards, man. Like, what the fuck? You were like, oh, you haven't forgotten me already, right? And then it's like, I actually have gotten over you. And then it's like, I'll let it get to you. What? What? You think that he thinks that you? What the fuck? Just the switch up. What?
調子に乗って。そういうとこ全然変わってないじゃん。
What?
ごめん。
元友達だから忠告してあげるけど、あんたその人たちにも暇つぶしでからかわれてる。
Projection. Holy shit, the projection. It's kind of like when Trump said, oh, Kamala Harris is gonna start a new war, gonna go to war with Iran. Does he know? Does he know? It's kind of like that, but not with war.
だよ。
それかあれだな、陰キャにも優しくできるって陽キャの自分アピール。
I don't think Chitose wants to look better. He doesn't really care about that. But feel better, absolutely. Feed his ego, yes. I think at the start of that, it was like that. But he genuinely cares, I think.
あるある。
絶対そうだよね。
There's a... what did he just say? What did he say? What did he say? What? Ah, fuck.
暇つぶしでからかわれてるんだよ。
それかあれだな。
Ah. God damn it. I want to see I want to make the joke. Where's the joke?
陰
Fuck
キャ
it.
にも優しくできるって陽キャの自分アピール。
あるある。
Okay.
絶対そうだよね。
それであれだろ、俺かっけえと。
そうか。俺も神谷優子にこういう態度をとってたのか。
No. I feel like you just talked. It's kind of weird because he awkwardly kind of... He wants them to see, right? He wants them to see that he's changed. And I get that. But also, don't do that, man. It's like... He just sounds a bit more awkward, I'd say. Because it's a hostile environment. He's not really used to it. He's not really used to going to battle. He's used to having like a very friendly, honestly, welcoming environment from Chitose and the gang. So, I don't think he can really deal with this just yet.
それでもあの人たちは。
同じだよ。ミキちゃんにキモい
Wait, and they still reached out. Is that... The glaze. The glaze is meat.
のメッセージを送ってきてた時と。
ああ、今考えるとあの頃は本当に舞い上がっちゃってたよね。
お前、何を呼ぶったの？
え？
教えてや。
Stop acting like you're above us? It kind of does. It's not really that though. Like, if I were to see that as just like, yeah, this guy kind of wants to show off a little bit, like he's changed. I get that kind of vibe from Kenta, not, oh, you think you're above us. I think he just like, I think what he actually thinks is that everyone else was really like above him, and now he's equals or close to being equals, and that's the kind of vibe I want to say, you know, like a proud puppy going back to their owner or something like that. So Kenta's not a puppy.
ミキがお前に優しくしたの、俺の気を引くために嫉妬させたと思ったんだろ。
違うの？
違うね。その時にはもうミキはとっくに俺と付き合ってたんだよ。
Oh shit.
じゃあなんで？
お前が絡まってるのを見て笑うために決まったんだろ。
そんな。
Damn, bro. Okay, I've never experienced that, but yikes, that. Not only were you led on, I mean, which is worse? Like, no, this is definitely worse because you know you're just being made fun of. I mean, in the other one, you're still getting made fun of, but this one is just like everything was for the explicit purpose of just making you just look embarrassing.
いいもの見せてやるよ。
ねえ、ケンタからこんなの来た。
今日アイスを舐めてるミキちゃんがちょっと可愛かった。
キモ。
Why would you say that? That's actually like at first it's like then it's why would she like genuinely it's like I get this is pre-glow up Kenta, but I wouldn't say that. Like I would think of saying it maybe and then be like, no, that's a terrible idea. What the fuck?
なんて返す？
ああ、エッチなこと考えてたんでしょう。もう健太はしょうがないな。
私そんなこと言わないし。
いいから送ってみて。あいつ絶対疑わないから。
オッケ
Oh fuck.
何これ。
Shit.
お前がミキからだと思ってたメッセージ、ほとんど俺が考えてたんだよ。
そんな。
Shit, man. Kenta's breaking down. Fuck. He wasn't ready for this. I mean, I don't really blame him. It's only been 3 weeks, but this is the part of the Kenta arc I don't like. We'll get to it.
つまりお前は俺に恋してたようなもんだな。
You fell in love with a femboy. That anime girl profile picture was me. You're gay.
俺の初めての恋は最初からずっと。
ー。ごめんね。でもケンタもそれなりに疑似恋愛楽しめたでしょ？
まあ、ケンタにも新しいお友達ができてよかったな。本当にいるならだけど。
Hey, really, you really just love to make fun of Kenta. Honestly, I think they want to bring him back, right? They're mad that Kenta crashed out. They want to laugh at his ass, and it's like, to an extent, sure, but what the fuck did I mean that? To an extent, yes, it's easy to pick on people and just point at someone to laugh at, but you know, people are human beings, right? Like Kenta hasn't been like a complete asshole. He's been a little bit, maybe not ecchi. I think pre-glow up he was definitely pissy, right? He judged people. He kind of had that incel mentality a little bit, not a little bit, but man, these guys are just such assholes. And like Kenta does deserve some slapping. He did deserve some slapping, and Chitose slapped some sense into him. Now, Kenta does still deserve. He obviously deserves to be reprimanded for things he does badly, but I don't know, man. I don't think he ever deserves this, but I don't think anyone thought that Kenta deserved this. But you gotta be able to deal with it, though. We got this. The shadow with the light. I don't know how to describe it, but this is such a classic anime frame.
そうか。これは神にひどいことを言ってしまった報いだ。
It's also crazy. He's talking about Chitose like he's fucking Kami. Hush.
大切な友達ができたはずだったのに自分で突き放してしまったから。俺の居場所なんてもうどこにもない。あの部屋へ帰ろう。鍵をかけてまた。
Come on, man. After everything, really? That's the thing. You always get. You're never gonna have a like completely scot-free life, right? You're gonna encounter roadblocks and speed bumps along the way. But it doesn't mean you just shut yourself off and become a fucking dopey ass, mopey ass loser. That you just you gotta be able to shoulder pain, you know. And this is part of a learning experience for Kenta. You gotta be able to just shoulder it. It's embarrassing, yes. It sucks to be laughed at. But first of all, you chose to do this. There's no way you expected them to just be alright with you. Just like, oh yes, we're just gonna completely. Oh, you've changed. Oh, you lost weight, Kenta. You're so cool and handsome now. Oh, obviously, I don't think he expected that. But I don't know what else he was fucking expecting outside of them just being assholes. So maybe he has rose tinted glasses. Still. You gotta be able to take an L. You gotta be able to take an L, right? And that's one of the problems Kenta hasn't really fixed. Because remember last episode, he hilariously failed to kick that ball, and then he just like started to get all sad and depressed, and that's when he crashed out on Chitose. So Kenta can't really take an L, and I think this is a very good learning experience for him. Chitose has kind of been coddling him, right? He's being very friendly with him, but yeah, he kind of needs to go through this, doesn't he? Life isn't always sunshine and rainbow. It's just like, oh, you're making so much good progress. Nah, it's nitty, it's gritty, but it's life.
一人ぼっちで閉じこもろう。ごめんなさい、神。優子。
Coming.
やっぱり俺は変われなかった
Is he saying this? No, he's not.
です。
Chitose, pull up. What? What would... Okay, I can't even go back that... God damn it. Going back is... How much is this? 10 seconds. Can I go back less? No, I can't. Okay, well... That Sakuga was crazy. I don't know why they did that. Put that much animation into the fucking cola or tea.
やれやれ。お前は大事なことを一つ忘れているぞ。
Fuck. Man, I didn't like this part, not gonna lie. I wanted Kenta to be able to shoulder his own burdens, you know? Like, obviously Chitose is the main character and we gotta make him look cool and shit, but... I wanted Kenta to have his moment. I think Kenta deserved his moment this time. I don't know, I just feel like... I like Chitose as a character, but... For the Kenta arc, I just don't think it works to have him, like, step in and do all this shit for Kenta. It's like, yeah, obviously I'd say Kenta has room for improvement, but I think you either just make him go away with the L and have Chitose cheer him up, or just have him stand on business a little bit. But I don't think standing on business would really work. So I would just kind of make him take the L, leave, cry a little bit, but then Chitose intercepts him and then have a good talk, and he comes back to the light and realizes he doesn't need those people, you know, that kind of thing. I think that's a better way to write it, but it is what it is.
相手が悪意に満ちたいじめをしてくるやつだったら。約束通り、お前の背中を守りに来たぜ。
神なんて
ああ。
Let's go blushing. This slut ass. I'm sorry, I don't call many girls a slut, but look at her. She blushing. She already got a man. She already let on Kenta, and she's like, oh wow, this guy's hot, bro. This bitch, this onna.
ああ、割り込んでごめん。ケンタのクラスメイトの千歳作です。よろしく。
じゃあ新しくできた友達
This girl, man. What, you gonna get his number next?
俺もその一人ってことでいいよな、ケンタ。
No, Chitose-kun Wakami!
お人よしが過ぎますよ。
友達って冗談っすよね。こいつめちゃくちゃオタクっすよ。
What's wrong with that? Especially after the great shift. I don't think anyone gives a shit if you're a total otaku. Unless you're like weird and watch like, well, you know, the fucky ones. Like Kiss Exist. Or Yasukunasaur to an extent, it's got that kind of name. But to an extent, most people, well, a lot of more people are total otakus, I'd say.
もちろん知ってるぞ。今年の夏はコミケを案内してもらうん
I
だ。
don't know what that is.
そんな約束してないし。
See, Chitose really just coming in here and saving Kenta's ass. I don't like that. I want Kenta to stand on his own fucking... let's just get it over with.
ないっすか。あ、そっか。これが千歳作という男なんだ。
But
ただ生きてるだけ
spilling
で
water.
俺みたいな人間から好き勝手に石を投げつけられて、他人なんてさっさと切り捨てちゃえば楽なのに、裏切られても恩を仇で返されても、それでも誰かに手を差し伸べようと。
Okay, he's kind of right. But the glaze is insane. The glaze is absolutely insane. And that's the thing. I wanted Kenta to kind of learn that lesson, right? He doesn't need to become Chitose 2.0, but that kind of thing where he just well, he gets shit on, right? He gets shit on by these people, but then he learns to just take that shitting and just continue to reach out to them, right? Continue to just be himself. That's the kind of lesson I wanted him to learn from this shit. That's the kind of thing I wanted him to do. He doesn't need to like prove himself or anything. Just go out of there unaffected, right? Just go out of there with a semi like head up, kind of high, medium, or Chitose cheers him up, something like that. But it is what it is.
自分の美学とか失敗した過去とかそれでも捨てきれない優しさとか
Jeez, the glaze.
いろんなものの狭間であがき続けてるんだ。
気をつけた方がいいっすよ。こいつミキにストーカーまがいのメッセージとか送って
I can I can actually relate, not gonna lie.
きてたんで、あんたの彼女とかにもきっと。
Which one? Which one, bro? I got 6 of them. Is it actually 6? 5, maybe.
そうそう確認なんだけどミキちゃんとのことは本当に全部ケンタが勝手に思い込んでただけなのか？
そうなんす。だから下手に同情して優しくしない方がいいっすよ。
よかったなケンタ。始まってさえいないものは失われもしない。
That's true. Your first love, you can still have it. I mean, either way, I would still not count this as first love. Like, even under the first assumption, I'd still be like, no, that isn't a first love. That's ass. I would count first love as first relationship. First crush, I have no idea how you haven't had your first crush before high school, but fine. First crush, maybe, but I still think first love's on the table.
一生に一度の初恋はまだお前の手のひらにあるぞ。
Also, you don't need to glorify the first one so much, right? You don't need, like, firsts are cool, but the final one is always the once in a lifetime one, right? I remember this trailer I once saw, and there was this line that really stuck with me. I'm glad you were my first. I'm sorry you can't be my last. That kind of thing, right? Obviously, you want to cherish your first. You want to cherish all the past relationships you have, but it's about being the last one that I think matters the most, in my opinion.
何もみすみすこんなところで捨てる必要はない。
Yeah.
いつか心から大切だと思える人に差し出す時まで大事に取っておけ。
Alright. Bailed out.
なんなの？いきなり割り込んできてなんなんだよ。
私は千歳作通りすがりの神だ。
Whatever works, man. Chitose can, got it, Chitose.
ふざけんな！喧嘩売ってんのかよ。
あいにくだが俺の仲間に喧嘩を売ったのはそっちが先だろ。
My bro, look at that. Chitose that. Listen, I'm not saying that Chitose standing up for Kenta is bad for Chitose's character. I'm saying it's bad for Kenta's character. I think it's really nice that Chitose actually learns to care for Kenta, and Kenta kind of comes into the friend group. Like, it shows that I think a lot of people say that Chitose is very annoying and that he cares a lot about his ego, and he does care a lot about his ego, but I think he cares about his friends first and foremost. And Kenta is almost certainly a friend to him. Sorry for the coughing. I'm kind of still sick.
何が仲間だ。こんな陰キャのクズが今さらあんたみたいになれるわけねえだろ。
そうだよ。どうせ見捨てることになるんだから中途半端に同情なんかすんな。
ケンタ、また勘違いしちゃダメだよ。
What the fuck? They just gaslighting him at this point. Just like, oh, you're gonna kick him to the curb, you know? Kenta, keep your delusions in check next time. Bro, they actually trying to convince us that we're the Lulu right now. What the fuck? You guys are the Lulu.
こんな人が本気であんたのこと相手にするわけないじゃん。
People don't change. They can. I was gonna say I thought this was Chitose, but no, it's this dude.
人は変わらない。変われない。
People don't change. They can't. Motherfucker, the quote Ratatouille, change is nature, right? You could say you can't change nature. Fucking change is nature. It's natural to change. It'd be weird if you stayed the same. It'd be weird if you didn't change. right? I am nowhere near the guy I was a year ago. Holy shit, that guy was an asshole. This guy is an asshole, but slightly less. So, like, don't come here with this shit about, oh, people can't change. Motherfucker, if you don't fucking change, take a good look at yourself and think, wow, I'm an ass. I haven't changed one bit. Because guess what? Change is a part of life. Change is a part of nature, right? Seeking that improvement, trying to be better, and sometimes acknowledging when you've become worse. That's part of life, right? Changing for the better and for the worst. Reflecting, improving. That's the beauty of it, right? And also relationships as well. That's another big beauty of life. But motherfucker, just change. People can't fucking change. Yeah, of course, yes.
このあの夢見て努力ごっこなんかして見てて痛いんだよ
Seems like the only one who can't change is you.
さすがにうるさいな。いいか、よく聞けよ。健太は理想の自分を目指して歩き始めた。失敗して傷ついても戻らないと誓ったんだ。
Yes, and even if he stumbles, and he's stumbling right now, he's not gonna turn back, right? It's those first steps of a 1,000-mile journey, but a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. And you? Have you made any steps forward, or have you just kept running back?
健太は月に手を伸ばしたんだよ。
Not just the sky, the moon. I think the moon has more significance in Japanese culture than I know of. So, yeah, I think they say that instead of the stars, I guess.
高くて遠くて美しい自分の憧れた月に自分は何も済まず生み出さず遠ざかっていく他人の背中に恨みごと吐いてるクソだせえやつに
That's true. Sometimes people just want to put other people down in order to feel better. They try to even put people down who in some ways are better than them because they can't look at that and try to improve themselves. They got to look at that and try to put them down. That's why I say you don't look at other people, you look at yourself, right? Look and see if you've improved. You know, the Markiplier mindset, as I always say.
健太を笑う資格はねえ
Alright. Go on, glaze him more.
正解だった。いつもひょうひょうとしてて本音を見せない男が俺の
Hiding his true feelings. I mean, yeah, we don't really know Chitose's true feelings. I think he is certainly hiding something. He's certainly burying something. I think his whole ego thing, part of it's true, but part of it is just like he wants to compensate. I think there is a gaping hole within Chitose. It's just that he's plugged it up pretty well, but if you drill down enough, you dig down enough, you will find the gaping hole that is Chitose Saku. So
なんかのために本気で怒ってくれている。これはエールだ。明日から違う道を歩く俺に向けた最後の激励だ。進め、走れ、振り返るな。お前の決断と覚悟は間違っていないって。今度こそ迷ったりしないように。
Oh my god! Okay, is he sniffling? Oh my, he's got. It's really moving him that much.
ちゃんと受け取らなきゃ。刻むんだ、この瞬間を。
Bro, what the fuck are these background characters thinking? Just like, why the hell is this dude crying? What the hell's going on? Are these delinquents or something? What the fuck?
俺が憧れた男の背中を。
Alright. It's still, you know, a rallying cry to get better. I think this is a decent way to go, but I just don't like the fact that Chitose had to come in here and stand on business for Kenta. It's like, come on, Kenta had to do that himself. You know, you gotta have some personal responsibility, right? And if he can't take it, then you just gotta let him take the L. You know, it's sad, but that's why you got a support system, right? To support them after the loss, right? You can't, cause like, I love to use the house metaphor, but support beams, they can't stop a fucking tornado. They can't stop a fucking typhoon. But they can help you weather the storm, right? Make it easy to rebuild after. So, I don't know. I just don't think interfering here is the right decision. I mean, even okay, would I interfere? I don't know. I think to an extent, Kenta needs to learn to take an L, but also kind of sucks to see him like that. I don't know what I'd do. I really don't know. But from a writing standpoint, I absolutely know that I wouldn't have done this.
ちょっとサク、壁ドンってそれ私にしてほし
Jeez, man, that is whew. God damn, Yuko.
いやつ。
Wait, what did she say? What did she say? Whoa, 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 whoa. Roll that back. Roll that back real quick. Goo nets, bro. Goo nets. It should have been me, not him. It's not fair. Literally, Yuko is having that moment. It should have been me, not him. Bro. Come on, you know it's not the right context. Though maybe she likes that. Right, I mean, pinning against the wall, I kind of want him to get a little bit feisty.
私にしてほしいやつ。
優子なんで
だって私だけ仲間外れはずるい。どうも、お騒がせしました。
Bro, I think that's making it worse, bro. Everyone, look at these girls here. Everyone's fucking talking about this shit. It's like, what the hell? When the hell did Gyaru pull up, man? Gyaru超かわいいshikiburi. If you get the reference, elite ball knowledge, man. Elite.
ケンタッチ、今日も電波かわいいね。
Fuck, I want head pats. It should have been me, not.
よしよし。
Bro, this dude is such an NPC, bro. This guy hasn't done jack shit. He is such a fucking NPC right now. What the hell? He's just standing there.
それじゃあお互い言いたいことも言ったし、また明日から楽しく頑張りましょう。ってことでケンタッチ、最後に言い残したことはない？
Alright, give him the finishing move, the finishing touch from Kenta. Alright, that's a good decision. Come on.
これは健太の物語なんだろ
This is his story, and from tomorrow onwards, it's not only a new chapter, but one without Chitose. Fuck, now I'm thinking about your line, April. A spring without. Fuck, man.
What? 月を目指してみることにするよ。
Yes!
後ろはもう振り返らない。
Short and sweet. Alright, that was a nice ending from Kenta, but like I said before, and like I say a lot of times, I still think Kenta should have either stood on business or had to take the L. This, I don't know, it just feels like more Chitose glaze in a show that is very much criticized for the Chitose glaze. And I kind of agree with it, especially in the Kenta arc. It's just, it gets better. Sorry, it gets better as it goes along, like I say, but still don't like that.
なんで来たんですか
きっとうまくいくって伝えただろなぜならこの千歳作がそばにいるからだ
まだそういうパターンかよ
Bro, Kenta, how you still crying, bro? Holy shit! Like, I get you want to let out your emotions, but how long have you just been bawling your eyes out? Are you not gonna run out of water? Man, I thought they were gonna drink Patari sweat or Pocari sweat, whatever the fuck it is.
だったんですかね。もちろん責任は俺にあるんですけど。
やりすぎだとは思ってないぞこれまでの分も考えたらささやかなお仕置きだ
It's the thing, I don't think you need payback though. You just gotta. The whole meeting thing is dumb anyway. But I don't know. It feels cruel to just let him take the L, but it might be necessary in my opinion. It might be necessary.
珍しくめっちゃ熱くなってたもんね。もちろんみんなが仲良くなれたらそれが一番だけど、私は何よりもまず大切な友達のために怒れる人でいたいな。
That's true. I think if you love someone, you fight for them, you know? I can't believe I'm about to quote the fucking sequel trilogy, but to an extent, you gotta fight what you hate. You have to, right? But in fighting what you hate, don't forget why you're doing it. To save what you love, to protect what you love, to cherish what you love, right? So when you fight what you hate, make sure not to lose sight of that. Because if you do, you might as well have lost it. Okay? That's my motto, right? Now, that absolutely did not apply to Finn, right? He absolutely was both fighting what he hated and save what he loves. That would have been I mean, I don't think you should have. I don't know if it would have stopped the canon, but enough about the sequel trilogy. Let's talk about anime.
神優子
Still calling him Kami. That's just crazy.
ああ、レン君たちも石を投げた先には誰かがいて、拾って投げ返されたら痛いんだってことが分かってよかったんじゃないか。美しく生きられないのなら死んでいるのと大した違いはない。
I mean, yeah. What's the point of living if you're not enjoying it to an extent? I mean, you gotta have delayed gratification to an extent as well, but overall, if the overall picture of your life is beautiful, if not beautiful, then what's the point, right?
これが俺の美学だ。それに従った結果として無責任な他人に嘲笑われようが叩かれようが一向に構わない。本当に恐れるべきなのはいつか自分で自分を嫌いになってしまうことさ。
Don't we all? Don't we all? But we all have regrets, right? We all have things we don't like about ourselves and things we did that we absolutely would take back if we could, but we can't. I certainly do for myself as well, but I think we still love ourselves at the end of the day, right? We still absolutely cherish ourselves and want the best for ourselves even after all that. So I don't think anyone truly hates themselves. I don't think so, because if you did, you'd probably not, well, I was gonna say probably not be alive, but that implies, you know, that kind of thing. So it's very hard to hate yourself, I think. It's very hard to truly hate yourself. Think you hate yourself, absolutely, and hate a part of yourself, definitely, but to hate all of yourself, it's kind of difficult, in my opinion.
カランと心の奥の方で懐かしい音がする。春の出口は近く、本格的な夏の入り口はまだ遠い。4月の終わり。
Already? Isn't April literally just the start of spring?
それは俺たちの不自然な関係によく似ている。美しくありたいんだ。あの日見た月のように。ラムネの瓶に沈んだビー玉みたいに。
Ramune, bottle, he said the thing! He said the thing! I mean, there's very little to like deconstruct with his words here. Wait, a natural relationship we share. Hold up. Let me actually think about this a little bit more. A natural relationship we currently share. Hello? An all too familiar crash. I guess, okay, what he means is the spring thing, right? In that, ready to make an exit, and some are not yet ready to roll in. In that, Chitose is ready to come out, you know, get out of Kenta's life, but he's not sure if Kenta's gonna be ready to take that responsibility yet. And then, I don't know what the fuck this had to do with the moon. Oh, well, okay, then he just said he wanted to live a beautiful life. Then everything that is just about the
寄り道
beautiful
はお
life.
しまいだな。3週間約束していた終わりの時間だ。
can't believe it's only been 3 weeks.
昨日あんなこと言っちゃった時点で覚悟は決めてたんですけど、本当に終わりが来るっていう実感がまだなくて。
約束は約束だ。背負える荷物には限りがある。出会う人みんなを背中に乗せていたら、いつの日か一番最初に乗っけた大切なものが転がり落ちてしまうかもしれない。
Oh shit! No, no, no! Don't look at that. Don't look at that.
最初からそういう決め事でしたもんね。
But Chitose is absolutely right there. Aside from the ad, Chitose is absolutely correct in that you can't, help everyone you meet. Well, not completely. You can't just interfere with everyone's lives and do everything for them. Kenta has to have some sort of independence for himself. So I absolutely give it to Chitose on that. Just the ad got in the way.
神が部屋のガラスをぶち破ってくれた時、自分の心を囲っていた分厚いガラスまで一緒に割れたような気がしたんです。
Okay.
俺、何言ってるんすかね。
Bro really thinks it's Chitose, bro. That is some Chitose shit, man. Come on.
明日からは一人で自分の物語を描いていきます。だけど、もしもいつか神谷優子の隣に胸を張って立てる日が来たら、もう一度言ってもいいですか。友達になってくださいって。
I think is Chitose trolling? Because I don't think he can just stop being friends with him. So I think Chitose is just straight up trolling.
この3週間、神に怒られたこと、教えてもらったこと、優子にかけてもらった言葉、見せてくれた笑顔も死ぬまで絶対に忘れません。忘れられません。本当に本当にありがとうございました。
こいつ急にどうしたんだ。
もうサクが紛らわしい言い方するからでしょ。
See, I told you they trolling. No way. Yeah, I knew it. I smelled it from a mile away. Alright.
あのねケンタッチ、サクがおしまいにしようって言ったのは教えられるっていうこの不自然な関係のこと。
Yeah. You're still friends. It's just that you can't depend on him so much, right? You gotta have a little bit of independence, right? It's just you're friends in that you're equals, right? You can stand beside each other with your head held up high. Why not?
明日からはちゃんと対等なお友達になりましょうってことだよ。期限が来たらはい他人ですってならないよね。
Yeah, that would be fucking weird. That would be just what? Just alright, bye bye. Trial period is gone. You gotta subscribe to fucking Chitose Flicks.
でもいいんですか。
私たちとっくに友達でしょ。
そもそもお前、友達になってくださいとかこれまで一度も言ってないだろ。
神、もしかして
Has he?
俺が勘違いするって分かってて。
覚えておけよ。これが愛のあるいじりってやつだ。
Yeah, it's also the other lesson you need to learn to differentiate what's making fun of and what's teasing. This is pretty. This is just teasing though, and yeah, good lessons for Kenta. A decent episode. I'm not gonna say this episode's bad. There's definitely some parts I don't like.
うるせえよ神、この野郎。今度こそ相互理解
Okay,
し
this is way too bright for me. What the fuck? Turn the brightness down. Holy shit.
ました。
Why Higo? Oh,
アスネ、
let's go. Asune's back.
今日
Is it just me, or did she start blushing immediately after Chitose revived? Let's look at that shit again. Let's look at that shit again. Look at that shit. Where is it? Okay, wait. Where is it?
明日ね。
What the fuck was that? Oh well. Wait, let's one more time, bro. One more time. No fucking technical difficulties this time, please. No, it was always Tin's kind of red. Fuck.
今日は君に会えるとは思ってなかったよ。
Hey you.
ねえ、いい加減その君っていう呼び方
Yeah, what the fuck? What, just hey you. Huh? Okay.
やめてくんない？その他大勢みたいで嫌なんだけど。
おかしなこと言うんだね。君は君だけ。
Okay. Yes. I mean, okay. There could be some kind of weird meaning to that, but all I can take from it is just that she thinks that he is the only one that she'll call you, right? You're the only one who's you. I mean, it could also mean that you're the only one who is Chitose Saku. You know, you are the only you in the world. But I think she means it's the former more than the latter.
そっか。素敵な物語を紡いでいたんだね。
Not well. He didn't write the entire thing. Maybe a couple chapters, but the story is being written right now. We can even see what's happening. And
まる
read
で
it.
風船を集めて空を飛ぼうとする少年みたいに。
What? Oh, are we not talking about Kenta? Innocent, hopeful, and bittersweet. Like a. That is actually very. That actually captures the mood of innocent, hopeful, and bittersweet so well. A boy trying to fly with balloons. Because it's like, it's so innocent. It's so like carefree, and no, not carefree. So naive and childish. And so it is bittersweet in that they can't fly, and it's kind of sad as well. Huh. Now, I don't know why. How does that apply to Chitose, though? Like, is his life innocent? Hopeful, yes. Bittersweet? I'd say yes. Innocent? I mean, I don't know. I genuinely don't know about that. Is he really that kind of naive guy? Innocent, naive? Nah, I don't know.
純粋で切なくて夢と願いがある。
俺にはそういうやり方しかできなかっただけさ。無縁な男
Or maybe they are talking about Kenta. Oh, Kenta is innocent. Yeah, you know what? That is Kenta.
なんだよ。
だけどそんな風に無縁な君を君は案外気に入ってるんでしょ。
まあね。
Like I said before, you love yourself, right? You may say I hate myself and shit, but you love yourself, okay? You love you. Not I love you. You love you. And so, just to say, may like put a few disses about the way he did, but I think he's proud of it. He likes that part of himself to an extent. It doesn't mean you have to like all of yourself. I don't say that, but when it comes to the complete picture, you love you. And I think for this part as well, Chitose does. Chitose likes that part of himself way more than he likes to admit. What?
少し変わったね。今の君の公園でなら線香花火ぐらいはで。
The little park allows lighting up some sparklers. Wait, am I tripping, or was there some dialogue about like a park that didn't allow to play? You know, like having such a beautiful site, you're not able to do anything. Like a park, but you're not allowed to play in it. Your little park allows lighting up some sparklers now. I guess. Yeah, I think it's a reference to that. I have to go back before, but I think there was a piece of dialogue like that, like a line of dialogue. I vividly remember that from a previous episode. Some sparklers. I guess like some fun and joy is what she's trying to say. You know, some more innocence, I guess.
できそうだ。
まさかいつも通り中途半端なヒーローごっこをしただけだよ。
ごっこ遊びのヒーローは客席から舞台によじ登ってまで誰かに手を差し伸べ。
A false hero wouldn't. A false hero wouldn't hop on the stage from the audience to help someone. So, a hero would hop onto the stage from the audience to help. What the fuck, man?
たりしないよ。君の内面は複雑だ。自分のことだけを考
Though I guess she's trying to say that you are not a false hero, right? But I think a false hero would do that too, you know, for the show.
えて生きているように見える君は、誰よりも他人に温かくて、自分に冷たい。
I think that's absolutely true. I definitely think that he's way more harsh to himself than he admits, and his whole ego thing is really just a front. He does care about people a lot. It's just kind of hard to tell sometimes, but Asune gets it. Asune's the goat.
本当の優しさっていうのはずぶ濡れになって子供たちを笑顔にすることだ。
I remember that. Nice compliment.
君も私を美化しすぎている。
Oh, I accidentally paused, sorry.
もっと普通だよ、西野飛鳥は。
Asune.
君みたいにいろんな人を抱えられないし、君みたいに上手にもできない。抱えたい人だけを抱えて、できることだけをやって、家に帰ったらお母さんのオムライ
like, it makes sense, right? You only let people you want to let in, do the things you're capable of. That's fair. Does Chitose try sometimes to do things he isn't capable of? I guess to an extent. Yeah, I think so too. And he lets in people that sometimes he doesn't want. You know what? I think yeah. This is she is this is actually a parallel here. Chitose, he is more outgoing. He definitely tries a bit harder, does a bit more. Asune seems smart. She seems very philosophical, I guess, like Chitose is. But I think it's just kind of like an image, you know? Like, do you really know the real Asune? Whatever her name was, Asuka, Nizu, whatever. Do you really know the real her? Or is it just a mirage that she's putting up in order to fit in with Chitose Saku?
たい人だけを抱えて、できることだけをやって、家に帰ったらお母さんのオムライスを食べてから、ハインラインの夏への扉を読んで眠るの。
Why that one in particular? I might check that one out.
そういう生き方を人は自由って名付けたんだよ。
That's the kind of life that came to be known as freedom? I mean, yeah, being able to do what you want, well, do what you're capable of, let in the people you want to let in, go home, eat some omurice, read a book. I guess that's freedom. Yeah.
ゴールデンウィーク何か予定は？
Golden Week? What the Golden Week? The fuck? This Monogatari or some shit? I haven't actually watched Monogatari.
先の予定を立てるのって苦手なんだよね。もっと楽しい出来事が起こった時に後悔しそうで。
To an I mean, that doesn't make sense. But you gotta have some kind of plan and direction in life. Right? Like, I think it's a spectrum. It's a balancing act. Like, you gotta be fluid. You gotta be able to drop things maybe and take on better, funner opportunities. But you also gotta have some sort of direction. You can't just be completely aimless in life, right? But I think her one is that, like, she doesn't make plans in terms of specific, like, event kind of things, you know, like hangouts and shit, because, you know, maybe something else will come out, right? So in terms of life direction, I think she still has a direction. It's just that when it comes to these kind of things, these hangouts, these events, she's more so just like going with the flow on that. But maybe I'm giving it too much credit.
君はデートの約束でも入れてるのかな？
ちょうど憧れの先輩をデートにでも誘おうかと思って玉砕したところだ。
What was it really? Did she really turn you down though? She's kind of reaching out for your hand. I feel like what she meant by that is that she doesn't have plans because something better would come up, and that something better is you. That something better is that date with you. In fact, we saw that fucking date in the OP as well. So it's like, I think Chitose is just kind of missing the sign here.
今度からはアスネーが目覚める頃、窓の外でラジオ。
What? think that's just weird as hell. There's nothing to deconstruct with this dialogue anymore. It's just what?
歌えそうな歌を歌うことにするよ。
What?
それはなかなか素敵な一日になりそうだね。
Because it's him, not because of the radio calisthenics song.
そういうのでいいんだけどな。
Wait, what? What did she say? I would be more happy, more than happy with that, really. Okay.
うん。きっと君とはこんな風に思いがけず会うか
I
ら。
mean, meeting on planet like this does have that kind of like air of mystery, and that's the reason why she is kind of appealing to Chitose. I think that kind of mysterious aura around her, like super, like not only mysterious but also kind of philosophical, kind of matching wits with him. That kind of aura is why he keeps coming back for Asune. But as soon as that shatters, I don't know.
いいんだよ。憧れの先輩と素敵な後輩の男の子でいるために。
これ以上近づいたらその関係性が崩れる。
Yeah.
あるいは
I mean, those are the two conflicting things, you know. Every time a person like makes a relationship, they might get a bit too afraid of getting closer because it might ruin it, you know. Like you might discover something about them, or more commonly, they might discover something bad about you and like want to leave. But I think if you keep approaching like that, you're never gonna get close. You're never gonna get you're never gonna get a girlfriend. No, you're never gonna get like an actually substantial relationship if you act like that. Now this is very hypocritical of me. I'm gonna admit that firsthand. But to an extent it's sometimes true that you can't really get any closer, right? Sometimes you just gotta know what your relationship is and know that it can't really and know that it's not really like that. Now you could try to make it closer. Yes, you could ask them like whether they want to change things, change the dynamics of your relationship. But for the most part, I think for the most part you should aim to get closer. Sometimes maybe not, but for the most part, I think a close relationship is a good relationship. But you don't need a ton of close relationships. Like you need just a few. You don't need to balance, because balancing that is a little bit difficult sometimes. You know, just have a few of them. But some others, they can be a bit shallow. Shout out to Sriram Gurunathan for the subs. Thank you to all these people. Thank you, Christoph Kunk, Geoff Mazzolini, Jeff. Sorry. Yo, what you doing, Chitose? What is that? That's not a cigar, is it?
あのバカ。
Oh, it's a toothbrush. I usually do that sometimes too. Oh my god. Chitose-kun wa kami! He actually... Bro thinks he's Utage, bro! What is that?
禁止だって言っただろ。
Yeah, I think you gotta stop with the kami shit.
これは偽物の恋の物語だ。
Fake love story?
人が誰かに恋をするの。
When do you think people fall in love? I don't know. I think it just kind of happens, right? Like sometimes love at first sight is just kind of bullshit. Let's be real. There's lust at first sight, certainly, but love at first sight, nah. I don't think you can really fall in love with someone without really getting to know them. Like you can have, because at that point it's just an illusion, right? Like you think you know them, but when you get to know them, they're actually not like that, you know? So I think people fall in love at their own volition. They fall in love when they get a bit, at a certain point, a certain threshold, right? It changes based on the person, and it changes just based on the person that changes based on like the person they're falling in love with as well. Like not only the person that is falling in love, but the person they're falling in love with. That also determines like the threshold, you know. So I think it's very subjective when people fall in love. It's love. It's hard to explain.
はどんな瞬間だろう。きっとそれは自分の中をぐるぐる渦巻く感情に恋という名前を。
I don't know, because you can still call a feeling love, and it's not really love, it's still lust. But maybe at that point you're just lying to yourself. If you can truly call it love, maybe, but I don't know about that definition. I just think I think it's pretty useless to trying to find love like that.
与えた時だ。甘い響きに誘われて、最初のうちは何もかもが華やいで見える。
That's true. Those rose-tinted glasses really, it can make things seem so sunshine and rainbows, but I mean, to an extent, love can be used to weather storms. You know, make things seem brighter than they are, but it doesn't mean you should just deny reality.
けれど、おおよそほとんどの場合、いつかは限界が訪れる。
Like I said before, some people have very more broad definitions of falling in love, which is why like more like crush kind of things can be encapsulated in that, you know, fleeting things. So in my opinion, love is a bit more deep than that. I don't know how I would define it, but I certainly don't think that things that can pass and go like that so easily would be considered love. When you fall in love, you fall in love. You can still fall out of love, but it takes time. You know, it takes a slow degradation of those feelings to fall out of love, in my opinion. So I would not call that love. Lust, a crush, infatuation, something like that, attraction, but maybe not love. If it can fall that quick.
無責任に相手を傷つけるための免罪符だ。
What? A blanket used to hurt the other person? Huh? Okay. I think what he's trying to say here is that
おおよそ
Wait,
ほとんどの場合、
let me try and read this again.
いつかは限界が訪れる。
Yeah?
恋は
Love is a blanket excuse to hurt the other person. I think sometimes people think that love is an excuse to have like that ideal relationship, to burden other people, like, you know, trauma dumping on people, venting. To an extent, yes, but you can't just take, right? Relationships are give and take. You gotta also give a little bit. So that ideal relationship is not the same ideal relationship to them, and they also have problems of their own. You can't just burden other people with your problems all the time. So I guess to an extent, yes.
無責任に相手を傷つけるための免罪符だ。甘酸っぱい理想と現実のギャップに傷つくと、まるで裏切られたとでも言うように。
I think that's very true. Like sometimes when you're very much in love or just infatuated, you have these fantasies about what your relationship should be. You know, the ideal relationship you have, right? About being able to vent your problems and your frustration and burden other people. But love isn't really like that. You know, you can't burden everything. I mean, you can't give all of your burden to someone. But you also gotta take some of their burden, and you can't get your way the entire time. It's a bit about compromise, being able to make sure that both people are amicably happy. So when people face that kind of love, because love is so, you know, romanticized, they feel betrayed, and then they turn their blade on the other. But it's the thing, love is about compromise, right? Love is about making each other happy, making each other stronger. So if you're not willing to do that, then it's not really a problem with love, it's a problem with you, right? Maybe it's not even a problem with the person you fell in love with. You just had unrealistic expectations. You gotta know what you're getting into when it comes to love, I think. And to me, that's what love stands for.
大切だったはずの人に刃を向ける。身勝手な憧れを押し付けたのが誰だったのかも忘れたままに。
Yeah. You punishing them for expectations that you had that never really were conveyed, fantasies that you had that they never really could have seen. You know, that's the dangerous part of love, right? People thinking that it's all sunshine and rainbows, that everything will come true, that they'll listen to your problems, solve your problems. No, you gotta solve your own problems. They can give you a shoulder to lean on, especially, but you gotta give that shoulder back, and then some. They'll give you more as well, obviously, and you know, you can't just do everything you want. You gotta do some things they want, and make each other happy, like I said before.
そんな風であってほしくはないと思う。気づけば目で追いかけていたあの人をもっと知りたくなって、知ったらがっかりして、それでも心から離れない感情に悩み、苦しみ、そんな自分も自分をそうさせる相手も嫌いになりかけて、だけどやっぱりどうしてもそうして最後に両手でそっとすくい上げるのがその言葉であってほしいと思う。だから本当は 恋なんて
Wow, what he said there was kind of interesting. I think absolutely when you find someone that catches your eye, it's not always gonna be love, because when you find out more about them, you might fall out of love. Well, not fall out of love. Like the spell might break. You know, the infatuation will stop. But I think what he said there was very important, because as you learn more about other people, as you learn more about other people, you will learn a lot of things that a lot of unfavorable things as well. But the fact that your feelings are able to weather that, I'm doing good by the way. The fact that your feelings are able to go through that, right? And your feelings are able to still be as strong as they are despite seeing someone's weak points, acknowledging their weak points, not ignoring them. I learned that from Fruits Basket. The fact that you do that, and you may even fight it. You may fight your feelings, be like, oh, I can't. This can't be love. And once you fight it, it fights back, gets stronger. I think that is absolutely love, in my opinion. It's a very long definition of love, but I would agree with that. And I think when you fall out of love, it's when you fight it and it stops fighting back. You know, you see someone's faults and you try to make yourself not love them. You know, you try to hate yourself for loving them, and then your feelings just kind of let that happen. That's when you fall out of love, in my opinion. But hey, I'm just a stupid kid. What do I know about love?
名前をつけるのは最後の
But
最後
yeah,
でいい
it's absolutely true. You need to wait before giving love a name. Like, love is it takes a long time. All right, you can't just say, "Oh, I'm in love right now." No. You're not. Nanase arc.
やあ、
やあせっかくいい男とデートだって言うのにもっとおめかししな
I mean, I think she looks pretty good. I think she looks good in anything, but there's nothing wrong with how she looks right now.
くてよかったのか
千歳はいい男とのデートでここぞとばかりに着飾ってくるような女の子は趣味じゃないと思った
I
んだ
mean,
けど。
it's not for me at least, it's not a turn off. I don't really care as long as you're not like if you're wearing something really like stupid, like just really fucking terrible, like you'd have to be astronomically bad, or something really like lewd and revealing and slutty. Those are the two extremes to which I'd be like, girl, no. But I'm kind of fine. You can try to look really good. It's fine with me. But you can also just wear simple clothing. I'm fine with it. You know, I'm not going on a date to see your clothes.
なそれに意外とこういう方がドキッとしない？
うん見てたのバレてる七瀬聞いてもいいか
公の場で答えられることなら。
Well, there's no one else here. I mean, if you wanna answer that kind of question, I mean, you know, you did say the hooks of your bra were on the back, so maybe you can tell us how big the bra is this time.
なんでこんなに早い約束は12時だろ
きっと同じ理由だよ。人を待たせるのがあんまり好きじゃないの。
Me too.
その時点で一つ歌詞を作っちゃうみたいで。
まったく
I just don't want to be late because I don't want to piss people off. I'd rather just be on time.
好きのない女はモテないらしいぞ
それは一般論。私は七瀬。
What a roundabout way to compliment someone. Just like, oh, you know that guys don't like flawless girls. What? Wait, let me rewind this. This dialogue isn't making sense to me. In general, sure, but I'm Nanase. So,
私
in general, people don't like flawless girls, but because I'm me. That's why it works.
は七瀬ゆずきです。
僕は千歳作です
No, I don't think that's what she's trying to say. I think she's trying to say that I'm just me. I'm not flawless. In general, yes, people don't like flawless girls, but I'm not, right? I'm just me. I think that's what she's trying to say before, like, oh, people don't like flawless girls, but I am the exception. No.
どうぞよろしくしかしいいとこ知ってるな
Damn.
休日の駅前は意外と知り合いに見つかりにくくて何気に穴場なの。
Ooh, salmon egg Benedict or something.
まるで誰かに見られたら困るような言い草じゃないか
あら、 男の子に告白するところを覗かれたい人なんていないでしょ。
I mean, yeah.
言ったじゃない。私の恋人になってみませんか？
恋なんて名前をつけるのは最後の最後でいい。
But then again, if you wait till the end, will you be waiting for the rest of your life? I mean, you gotta give it a name at some point. You can't be too hasty, but you also can't be too late to the point where you're just like dead. Or they're moving on from you.
そこから始まってしまったこれはきっと偽物の恋の物語だ。
What? I'm sorry. It's better to wait till the end before giving love its name. So this can only because it's the start of the story. So the fact that she's asking right now shows that it's a fake love story. I get it. Alright then. That's gonna be another episode of Chitose is in the Ramune bottle. Not loved it. I like most Chitose episodes. This one, okay, the Nanase arc setup is cool, but fuck, okay. This one is just kind of like I don't like this part. I don't like the fact that Chitose had to be the one to stick up to save his ass. I'm fine if he cheers him up, but I don't want him to save his ass, you know, in the thing. It's whatever though. The Chitose glaze, you gotta keep it going, keep it coming. So, what am I to say, right? So, that's gonna be it for this. What's it called again? That's gonna be it for this episode, I guess. Like I said before, I would write it differently, but I'm not gonna get into that again. This is gonna be the setup with the Nanase arc, gonna come in the next few episodes. So that's gonna be great. Well, it's gonna be a better arc than the Kenta arc, in my opinion at least. So, can't wait to get to the next episode. And in case you're still here though, get out, man. What are you fucking doing here? But not before subscribing, liking, ringing the bell, commenting down below, and be sure to check out the playlist over there for even more Chitose in the Ramune bottle content. And as always, until next time, peace.